I'm Rob from Barefoot Gaming, and today we review the ProTubeVR gun controller. Probably the best place to begin on this is that it is available for the HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift, and Windows Mixed Reality, and all it takes is a change of the actual cups itself that attach to the chrome-plated steel rods. One of the first things that stands out to me about it being different from the other ones that are on the market is that the chrome-plated steel rods that run are of a thicker diameter. They're also a little bit longer, so in comparison with some of the other ones, this will actually run a little bit longer, which gives you a little bit more play. The cups that hold the controllers, no matter it being the Vive Wand or the Oculus Rift controller or a mixed reality cup, the way they work is they are printed and there's a second layer inside of there. I'm going to see if I can get a shot to kind of show you better. So you have a harder plastic on the outside with a softer plastic and in fact a different colored plastic on the inside that's designed to grip the controller better. I should also point out that it comes with new lanyards. Now the logic behind that is the default lanyards that come attached to your controllers, the string is too short, and what ends up happening is the little plastic bit that starts off with the cloth will actually hit the inside of the cup, not allowing it to seat all the way. So they've thought ahead and they've replaced. You get new lanyards that slip in there that give you more room, so they slip in fully. The next thing I'm going to talk about is that the sling itself is attached in two spots on the aperture instead of just one. So it hangs more naturally off of you. If you are having to let go and you're using your other controller to do something, it's here quite easily to pick up. I found that with a headset on, I still didn't have any issue pulling the controllers in and out of the actual plastic cupping. And of course, I should also mention occlusion because that's super important. The way this is set up, occlusion doesn't really happen any more than if you were holding it by your hands. So you shouldn't have any issue with losing any tracking of your controllers. And again, everything from the butt of the gun to the tip is a mix of 3D printed, like commercially 3D printed, to injected. The joints are all injected, to the chrome-plated steel bars that run in between. Now they do actually have a carbon fiber option as well. I didn't get it, so I can't review it further and above, but I can't see it really being much different than what this is, except for having stronger joints. Speaking of joints, I should talk about how you adjust them. Now, to adjust the angle of the controllers themselves, there is a large flat wheel that you can kind of turn, and that lets you move everything back and forth. As far as the joints on the aperture itself, you'll have to use an Allen wrench. But again, you tighten it up fully and it shouldn't move. Now that being said, there were a couple times where everything wasn't lining up perfectly for me, changing from game to game. And I found with a little bit of pressure, I could actually still pop them. So it doesn't move easily, but if you want to, you can move it and it still locks with the teeth that are holding it in its position. As far as comfort goes, I'd say it's about as comfortable as you can expect for any piece of plastic sitting up against your shoulder. As far as the ability to actually grip the controllers, you'll note, and again, this is only with about a week of practice, right? So I've only been using this thing off and on for a week, but it does take a little bit of oomph to pull them out. So you should be able to hold them just by the controller. Although again, while I'm playing in-game, I always found that I wanted to hold the plastic as well, but because it sits deep enough, I didn't have any issue with holding the cups as well as the triggers. I think the only thing left that we haven't touched on is the price. Now this comes in two different versions. You can either buy it as a kit or you can buy it pre-assembled. Now this goes for €60 as a kit and €80 pre-assembled. For my American viewers, that works out to about 74 US for the kit, 99 US for pre-assembled, Canadian 93 to 125. I like the quality of the product. There's no question, everything seems well built and I don't have any concerns about anything breaking. The sling in particular feels really high quality. In fact, there is some kind of elastic, so it'll actually stretch out on both ends. And again, letting it hang down while you're pointing around, moving your controller to reposition yourself, felt really natural, so I had no issues with that. The only other thing to keep in mind is that they are based in France, so you have to figure shipping and you also have to figure your duty or exchange or whatever else that your customs is going to be charging you. So if you're in Europe, that could be quite a bit less. I know in Canada it was a bit of a hit. I think duty alone was about 35 bucks on this product. That will vary, clearly. In the US it'll be different as well. Just keep that in mind, that when you're looking at the system, you are looking at a complete package of the price, plus shipping, plus duty. And that's kind of it. That's the review. If you're a big fan of things like Onward, this is the sort of thing that'll be great. Whether you need this quality, whether you need this much thickness in the steel. Whether you want it to be a little heavier duty, that's totally up to you. But like I said, good quality product. I've got no issues with it, and I think you'll like it. Thank you again so much for watching another Barefoot Gaming review. Don't forget to subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. I love hearing from you, and we'll talk to you again real soon. See ya.